Good day, peace, love and light to you all, family. Welcome to another YouTube video. As you can see today, I'm wearing my Kabbalah t-shirt. Guys, if you haven't gotten into the study of Kabbalah, you must study the Kabbalah tree of life. It's gonna lay a template for most of the things that you want to know. But without wasting any time, welcome to another YouTube episode. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel so that you may get more videos in future. Today's video is going to be a quick video. I'm going to be answering two people from Twitter. I'm going to be answering Dialectic Nonsense. Shout out to you at Brother Dialectic Nonsense and also Ashante Sana. So a couple of weeks ago, I was supposed to have done this video about 2 weeks ago, but you know how life can delay you. So I'm going to be answering two questions because I said that people should, put up statements or topics or things that they would want me to talk about. And so Ashante Sana asked if there's a heaven or a hell. And then Brother Dialectic Nonsense said, are Bible contents real or are they metaphoric? And then he gave an example of the Garden of Eden. So I thought that, okay, these two questions go together. So I'm going to be answering Ashante Sana and you, Brother Dialectic Nonsense. What a cool ass name, Dialectic Nonsense. So, first of all, heaven and hell are states, metaphoric. Just like how everyone else in the Bible is a state, a metaphor, a symbolic representation of a state of mind. When you are at peace and in harmony in your inner self, in your inner being, we call that heaven because you are partaking and tasting the food of the gods, which is higher thoughts. So you are dealing with the ancient Egyptian deity called Thoth, or Thoth, or Hermes Trismegistus. You are dealing with thought. You are in the head, the Havana, the safe place. Head is heaven. H-A-E. Just like head and heaven actually start with the same three letters. And hell is the heel of your foot. So everything from the heart chakra downwards is representing the lower realms. And everything from the heart chakra abovwards is representing the higher spectrums of yourself. So heaven, where higher thoughts, where the higher faculties within man. This is heaven, head. The head is heaven. Hell is the heel. It's the lower part. It's the lower part of yourselves. They say that Jesus sent out his 12 disciples to go to administer to who? To the Gentiles, to the land of the Gentiles. The land of the Gentiles are the lower genitals, the genitalia area. That's what makes you an animal. So when you activate and you participate, when you participate in lower sex, you are feeding the lower genitalia man. There's higher sex, which is beyond lustful animalistic sex, because you are a being that's divided into two. You are divine and immortal in inhabiting a mortal body. You still divine here, but you tend to think that I'm this body, but you are not. You are beyond that. So heaven is a state of mind. At Brother Ashante, it's a state of mind where you are in your mind, how you think, how you feel. You can either be in heaven or hell. It's about the state. And then the question to answer dialectic, because it's all answering the same thing. The Garden of Eden, when they say we fell out of the Garden of Eden, we fell out of the higher states of mind, the higher faculties of thinking, the knowing. We fell from being universal mind knowers to universal mind thinkers. So we became thinkers, where we were knowers. We knew things. We didn't need to think about them. We didn't need to believe. You only believe when you don't know. Knowing is higher than believing, because when you know, you don't believe, But it takes knowledge to trust the unknowable or the unknown, things that you don't know that they're there physically, that you can't point to, but because you know in your head that they're there, then you know that they're there. Like the fact that thought creates reality. So the Garden of Eden is a state of mind. When they say that we fell from the Garden of Eden and we were kicked out, that story repeats itself all throughout the Bible, throughout the different heroes. Like the parable Jesus gave of the prodigal son, where there was a son who lived in a very amazing mansion, and then he told his father, like, give me all my inheritance. And then his father gave him his inheritance, and then he went and he squandered them out, and then he became homeless. He slept with the pigs and things like that. And after a while he remembered that, hey, shit, I'm royalty, and then he went back home. That's the whole thing. That's us. We fell from the Garden of Eden. We are also Joseph, who left, or who his brothers actually threw in a pit, and then he got sold to a foreign land. And then his father was crying for him. He's like, oh, where's my son? And then they're like, he got killed by an animal. You are also Jonah in the whale, in the womb. You are Jesus in the tomb. All these stories are the same. They are all the same story about how there's a beginning. The inception usually starts out good, and then the hero has to go through some trials and tribulations, like Job. And then after that, they acquire a knowingness of themselves, and then they come back. All of those stories are symbolic of you, because that's how we left heaven. It's the negation of God negating itself into the evolutionary state that we call the body. And then from here, God gets to understand itself from a mortal perspective, because everything to God is known, but not everything to God has been experienced. Ooh, what? What? Let me say that again. Oh, woohoo! Everything to God is known, but not everything to God has been experienced. And that's where you come in. In Gnosticism, they call mankind the brother of God. Humanity, we are the brother of God. They say that God left creation complete at a 90%, and then he left the rest, or the 10%, to his brother, which is mankind. Not man as in like the gender, but man, humanity, us. So we are the brother of God, and that makes us co-creator with deity. You have 10%. That's 10%. And that 90%, you know what that is? That's the subconscious, the part of you that runs you without you even knowing how it happens, and then you are given 10%. But then that 10% can affect even the 90%. The 10% is the conscious mind. The 90% is the subconscious mind. You are that 10%, the small part. And you can tap into the power of the 90%. That's who the disciples are. Jesus is that conscious part that had to discipline the disciples. The disciples in the Bible are disciplines, just like the 12 tribes of Israel represent the 12 tribulations of the physical world. There's tribulations and things that you have to master here in the body, because you are existing in where? In an animal body. This body is an animal. I'm going to release a podcast, I think in the next 2 weeks. You should check it out, where I speak about the animal on Awakening Conversations with Mathix. You can check it out on Spotify and on Anchor, where I talk about the animal and explain the animal. But you have been locked in this animal body, and you have to discipline it. The lust, the jealousy, the anger, all of those are animalistic behaviors. But you are the divine spark that must overcome that. And that's what the whole Bible was about. Being kicked out of the Garden of Eden is being kicked out of a state of building pyramids, a state of instantaneous travel, a state of telepathic communication, a state of divine knowingness, to a state of, oh man, I gotta wake up to go to a job, to a state of, oh man, I gotta pay these bills, to a state of, these niggas, these hands, these bitches, these hoes, I got chains, that's a lower state of mind. We fell from the Garden of Eden. We fell as the divine beings. But then we are still co-creators. We are brothers in Christ, meaning that you yourself are the Christ. All of it is symbolic. The Bible, all of them. Joseph, Jacob, Abraham, Sarah, Lot's wife, Lot, Paul, who changed from Saul into Paul. All of them. Matthew, Luke, John. They are all you. They are all you. Even these places that they speak about, Mount Sinai and the Garden of what? All those different localities and places, they are locations in your body. The lungs, the brain, the heart, the spleen, the liver, the kidneys, the sexual organs, different parts of yourself that make you do certain things. Because the organs are what play the music of the human. You are a tuning instrument. You are an instrument. You are a temple. And in the temple is played the organ. The organ plays music, vibrations, frequencies. So your organs form part of what you call the chakras on an etheric level. And all of these things are what you must master. In my Father's house are many mansions, as Jesus said. This is your Father's house. This is the Father's house, the body. The mansions are the different states of mind. Heaven, it's a state of mind. Hell, it's a state of mind. Hell is the root chakra, uncontrolled. When it's still manipulating you. Heaven is the crown chakra. When you understand that you are one with everything and anyone. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. The Garden of Eden that you fell from is your mind. You fell from throat chakra, truth expression, from third eye, universal seeing, from crown chakra, universal knowing, into root chakra, survival. Oh, I'm scared for my survival. Oh, I gotta have sex all the time. Oh, power, I gotta get money, mine. You fell into these states that are not originally you, but potential aspects of you. And God wanted to experience everything to its full potential. That's why when they say that with God everything is possible, they mean everything is possible. It's even possible for God to forget that it's God. That's what you are. You are God when it forgot itself. Woo-hoo-hoo. What? Say that again. You are God in a state of amnesia. Ladies and gentlemen, you are God experiencing forgettingness. You are God forgetting. You are God forgotten. God slowed down. God physicalized. God made mortal. But all of that is happening in a dream, in an illusionary state, in what they call Maya. It's not real. It's only a projection of the mind. We are still in heaven, dreaming that we have left. That's what they say. They say we are in heaven, dreaming that we have left. You can never ever leave heaven. Heaven, we never really fell. We are hallucinating the state of having fallen. We are still those high supreme beings walking under this illusion that we have fallen. So hopefully this video got to answer the dialectic and brother Ashante questions of, are these things biblical, or are the things in the Bible real, or are they metaphoric? Is there heaven or hell? You are heaven and hell. Satan and Jehovah have the same voice, as Kambata says in one of his songs. Literally, Satan and God have the same voice, because they are your voice. They are your voice. You are both those entities, two sides of the same coin, just like Jesus and Lucifer are the same being. They both call the morning star. So where you choose to function is the state that you will be in, but all of it is metaphoric, and it all points to you. So good day, peace, love and light to you all, family. As I said, don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel so that you may get more videos in future. I'm going to be answering in the next video. There's still some questions that I must touch upon from Twitter, and I'm going to touch those in the next episode. Peace out, family. Much love.